Christopher and Suzanne are board members of the South Chicago Arts Center, so they are my bosses.
You see everybody laughed at that, like, right.
The Art Center is ruled by a governing board, and these two are on it, which are they're fantastic members of our board.
Should we sign in?
Oh yeah, sign in.
I'll pass it around.
that around. So I think talking about what collaborations need to take place in order to build strong arts communities in South Chicago would probably be a fruitful conversation at this table. And I think if you think about collaborations going beyond South Chicago, because I think like South Chicago is very unique in that it's divided with the Bush, Millgate, East Side, Slag Valley, Hegwish, that there are all these, and there's geographical divides between them, the river, the train tracks, the steel mills, Commercial Avenue, the underpass, that divide us in a lot of different ways, and what kind of collaborations can we bring those neighborhoods together? But even beyond, I was just talking to someone in Roseland and Pullman, like the South Side is isolated, how can we strengthen ourselves in partnerships? So I'll roll it on out there.
I would like to say I come from Blue Island, Illinois. It's not terribly far. It's like by Western and like the 120. And over there we have no real like art organization. There's lots of elementary schools, high schools. On occasion they might have an art club, but as far as like an actual art programming, it's non-existent. The closest thing is Beverly Arts Center. But even then it's mostly like, you sign up with your, students, but there's also like, fees for this portion. So it'd be great to maybe have some form of extension or partnership. I, on occasion, work with a group of artists that I met since I was in high school. But other than that, there really is still really minimal on actual engagement in the arts. I did a mural there a few years ago, and that was like 2010. But nothing really has caught initiative ever since then. And so I think I'd be happy to see something happen out there, maybe be a liaison or some sort.
And when you did the mural, did you have a lot of like kids watching and wanting to collaborate?
Yeah.
People driving by and saying what's going on?
There were a lot of people really interested, just because nothing like that has really existed out there. There was a mural by an artist, Ray. Vicente. There was one by Ray Patlan.
And well, they did it together.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was there, I believe, in late 70s. But eventually, the building it was on, I'm pretty sure switched property owners, and then they basically painted over that mural. But I feel like there's a lot of youth there. I feel like there's a lot of people that would benefit with some form of art programming, but it just really hasn't been started over there.
Anybody else?
Well, I always felt, since we've been part of the art movement for many years in all parts of Chicago, I've always felt the importance of taking children out of their communities and exposing them to other areas and then bringing that group of people over to this group. So it gives them a better idea on how the world lives in different neighborhoods, through the arts. So strictly through the arts. Because I used to notice that when we were, in the early years, when we were teaching at the Boulevard Arts Center in Inglewood, we realized that they didn't even know how to get downtown. That's when I realized the importance that if we did just something so simple, just be able to once a week to take them and put them in another neighborhood, to get the feel and get more comfortable being away from the environment. It's very important. So I feel that a program like that would help any community because we're sharing with each other. And if this center had an opportunity, I think I would do that maybe once a month, invite some other people to share the whole experience of communities. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just say, I don't know a whole lot about the programs in this area, and I have some generic comments that I think would be interesting both as a comment and a question towards how things are set up. But I feel like one of the great things about art is, as everyone has experienced, is uniting people from different areas, different communities, whether it's geographic or cultural, and being able to reach out to a certain number of people with this direct program is but in a sense, somehow connecting different art programs to something like either art shows or events where people from different neighborhoods can come together and show their art and see how each neighborhood expresses themselves through their art. And I think that's a cool thing in addition to being able to take someone from the neighborhood is having different art groups from each neighborhood coming together, showing art and seeing how they represent their beliefs or their experiences and connecting people across different boundaries or borders.
And who came in? Hi. Can you just introduce yourself? And we all introduced ourselves, and
Okay.
we said our first experience with art. What's our first memory with art?
First memory with art?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Lydia Gomez. I'm the office manager and SSA number 5 coordinator at the South Chicago Chamber of Commerce. My first experience, I'm somewhat of an artist as well. I've always done art since I was a child. I've done a lot of art projects still. When I needed to earn some extra money, I create denim purses and paint on them. I did T-shirts when I was out of money, sold them. So my granddaughter just graduated from the Chicago Arts. She's going to graduate Thursday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
She's 3D and modeling. What did I give? I gave you her postcard. She's fantastic. So
that's
yes,
good.
we have art in our family.
Is it the SkyArt?
No, it's the Academy for Art, the college.
Downtown.
Angela?
Hi, excuse my tardiness. Angela Kerlock, Executive Director for Parisian Associates. First, I'm with art. I've been singing, performing, so theatrical art or musical arts, since I was 3, and have been in a number of bands and still sing when asked now. Can you sing for us? Maybe later.
Hi, again, sorry for being late. Mary Ann Soloria, I'm the administrator at the Mary Ward Center. And first experience with art would be music. For the piano, and I've done it for a long time.
So ladies, there's burritos from El Guero. Please eat, because we don't want them to go bad. And we're tweeting. If you tweet at hashtag on the table, and then we have cups up here if you want water and chips and salsa. And we were talking about a conversation about what type of collaborations need to take place in order to build strong arts in the South Chicago community. That's the question we're kind of talking about. Ben, what were you going to say?
I believe the churches play a big role in the community. And I'm not saying just the Catholic churches. All the churches in South Chicago could help us to reach out the youth, to reach out with the community, and to build a real, to make it stronger, the art part in this side of Chicago.
And how do you see that happening? Do you have an idea, or?
You started here,
I
with
know,
Aleni Guadalupe.
right?
You started with Aleni Guadalupe School,
Right.
with the summer camp.
Yep.
With program that you will open, I'm willing to be the bridge between the other churches, the Catholic churches, with the other pastors, to suggest that we have this program. We have this center here, and we have to get. We have to work with you guys.
You don't have to.
No, we want to. I'm
Really
sorry.
nice,
We want to work. We want to work with you guys. So.
Does anybody else have any ideas about collaborations in communities, even beyond South Chicago? It's like, what does it take? Maybe the Arts Advocates, which there are 4 of them, and that's a new program that we started here to bring high schools together. Since we're moving into this large space, we're going to need a lot more high schools, but we've got 4 represented here, 3 represented here. And maybe you guys can talk a little bit about what it was like for you to get into this space. Cassie, you've been here since you were young, but that took a lot for you to get here originally too, I think.
Yeah, so we moved to Heglish,
Yeah.
and then it was just like, we have to get you to school over here at Epic, can't do anything else, and now I moved back to the south side. So it was easier to come, and what this program does is like, our program, just reach out to find creative ways to engage kids into not only art, but also like, South Chicago Arts Center, things like that. They're very creative and open-minded of different events and strategies. working on.
How about you? Go ahead. Yeah.
I wanna know, I know we extend ourselves out, way out. What is Chicago's, SkyArt, our goal? Will we go to Blue Island, you know what I mean? Because when we're out there, like in Inglewood, or we're out there like Leonard and all that, and they say, well, where are you at? You know?
Okay. You wanna show the map and show where we're at? I know people come in here and they think this is our program, but we're in 39 locations. We serve over 3,000 kids a year, so it's pretty extensive, our reach. It started here with 18 kids, but we are all over the south side, but I would be happy to go to Blue Island. I mean, I've said to teachers where they live west, if you wanna find the venue, we'll pay for you to do programs. Yeah.
So obviously this is us here in South Chicago with the bulk of the dots. The red ones are the ones that we're in now. The white ones are the ones that we'd like to expand to in the next few years or so. So you see it, we're kind of all over this map here. We're as far west as past Midway. As far north as what is that up there? Streeterville?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a need, we want to help address that need and fill that need if we can. Obviously, you know, our focus is on kids in our community, but it's really all of our kids. So whether they're on the north side or the south side or the west side, they're our kids.
And I think thinking about it in the context, not necessarily, it's not about us. I mean, we are hosting this Onto the Table event, but thinking more about, you know, Under the Bridge, and thinking about Global Girls, and thinking about what else, you know, there's a dearth of culture on the south side. What else is for our kids that's free, that they can do, that's safe, that's productive? Dancing, music, theater, like half of you have music memories as your first memory. I mean, those first memories for us are really important. We provide visual arts. We don't go beyond that. That's our mission, is visual arts. I'm always open to new things, but when it comes down to it, our mission is visual arts. So thinking about what does it take for a neighborhood to collaborate? I mean, Roman, you've been struggling, and Maria, I mean, you've been in the mix for a long time.
Well, my opinion is, like, say for instance, we've been working for a long time in this community. We've had such a hard struggle dealing with simple things like, why do not business people come out to events that we have? Somebody say like this shares our community. It doesn't happen. And we've been wondering for a long time, how can we do this? Well, the secret is going to be that's this center. Because first of all, one of the things that I've been saying for many, many years, South Chicago needed a gallery. And the times that we tried it, it worked perfectly. But it takes money, and we need backing. So what's going to happen here, I think is perfect because, number one, SkyArt is going to have a gallery. What more way to introduce people to other communities is through the arts? You bring somebody from the north, the west. We'll start bringing people from New York, California. I see this as an outlet of expressing the art to the other level. And this is what we've been needing for many, many years. Even though we did try ourselves, but we were unsuccessful. For some reason, something happens. But now, this is the future. So I'm very much looking forward to working with SkyArt because we've been needing this for a long time. Now the secret is to get people to participate with us. Merchants, neighbors. So it's going to take time for us, but we could do it. It's just don't make anything happen. It's not going to happen fast, and it's not. But it's going to be done grassroots, and it's us. We're the ones that are going to do it. The kids that have come from the from the Art Center all these years, I'm very proud of them because so many of them have gone on to college. So a track record. When you look at what happened here, you got to be super proud of what happened because these kids all went to that other level. And this is going to be very important to us because this is what we've been needing for a long time in this community.
So I really truly believe that incremental steps have the most residual effect over time.